Every single day, the mainstream media proves fans right. They prove gamers right. And this headline right here puts it into perspective. If you have followed me for any significant amount of time, you have heard me cover review bombing. And the reason that I've covered review bombing is because mainstream outlets have often weaponized that against toxic fans or racist fans or alt-right fans or whatever label they're going to put on fans whenever there's a show or a movie or a video game that has identity politics all over it, character assassination written all over it, and the fans reject it because it's a piece of garbage. And so, of course, when fans reject it and when they go to these different sites and downvote it or give it bad reviews, the mainstream media writes hit pieces about fans saying that they are review bombing. Now, review bombing is a thing. Of course it's a thing because fandom is all about passion. And there's nothing wrong with fans having passion. But you don't get to pick and choose the passion. Fans are passionate about stuff. That is why they are called fans. And they are going to voice their displeasure or their praise. And that is nothing new to fandom if you've ever been paying attention to this. Now, I have often talked about positive review bombing, and that's when I'm countering the nonsense from the mainstream media. I've talked about how positive review bombing is a thing. Fans go out there, if they love something, they're going to overly praise it. Just like when they hate something, they're going to overly hate it. These things always happen. And if you are a fan of anything, you have noticed this. Well, now we have this article here from Forbes. And of course, every time we've had negative stories about products with women or minorities, they write these hit pieces. Now you have a game that has a female lead in it, and mainstream outlets are very upset about fans liking this game. And this headline right here, Stellar Blade is now the highest user scored PS5 game ever, which is a bit excessive. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry that it is excessive because fans are enjoying a game. This is the same song and dance every single time. This is why you never give these outlets any respect whatsoever, because they truly hate your guts. They despise you. They despise everything about you if you are a gamer or if you are a fan. They hate you, and they are constantly looking to gaslight you with bullshit like this. This is from Paul Tassi, the senior contributor. News and opinions about video games, television, movies, and the internet. Stellar Blade continues its cycle of discourse that alternates between culture wars and actual examination of the game's quality, and now it's hit a very unexpected high watermark, combining both of those. Well, first of all, Stellar Blade is a very, very good game. I have played it. I haven't played it as much as I've wanted to because I've been busy doing other things, but I've got several hours into Stellar Blade, and it is a very, very good game. As it stands, Stellar Blade is the highest user-scored PS5 game of the entire generation on Metacritic, elevating it above its strong but not stunning 82 meta score from critics. And an 82 meta score is pretty good. And what people need to understand about Metacritic is it's not like Rotten Tomatoes, whereas Rotten Tomatoes, if you have an 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, that means that 82% of critics gave it a favorable review. But that favorable review could be a 7 out of 10. Who knows? But that's the average of how many critics found it positive, not that it got an average of 82. Whereas on Metacritic, that 82 represents an average of 82 out of 100 based on all of the reviews that have come in. So an 82 is pretty good. Obviously, it's not going to put it as an all-timer like, you know, Zelda games or Super Mario Galaxy. I think Galaxy, GTA 5, Super Mario Galaxy, Breath of the Wild, those are some of the games that are like 97s, 98s. There's several up there that are at the top of the food chain over there, but an 82 is still a very, very good score. It's currently at a 9.2 out of 10, which, yes, does tie with Cyberpunk 2077, Ultimate Edition, and Resident Evil 4's Separate Ways expansion. However, I'm going to consider it number one. Now, he's talking about the user scores right here, by the way. He says, I'm going to consider it number one, not just because it was 9.3 yesterday, indicating it's at the high end of 9.2, but because it has 2,500 reviews compared compared to Resident Evil's 300 plus and Cyberpunk's 81. It's way harder to maintain that high of a score with thousands of reviews. That rearranges the all-time PS5 list when I wrote this last week. So there you see the all-time PS5 list of games based on user scores, and this is a problem, apparently. Well, I said last time that I did not begrudge the game its high user scores. This is a bit excessive. I really do like the game a lot. It's fun. A solid 8 out of 10. And I enjoy it as so much as I'm 50 hours in. So, wait a minute. So you gave, and we talked about this on Geeks Gamers Daily, but you gave it an 8 out of 10. And you're upset that the average fan review is a 9.2 out of 10. You gave it an 8, which this goes into my entire problem with this is mainstream garbage right here. On one hand, gamers hate women. They can't stand when there's representation and all of that bullshit, which is a lie, which is garbage. Gamers hate forced diversity. They hate DEI. They hate when your entire goal is to take something that's established and update it for the modern audience. Bullshit. That's what they're tired of. They're tired of seeing IPs ruined by identity politics. Not that they have a problem with women in video games or minorities in video games. No one, generally speaking, has a problem with that. They're tired of the agenda-driven bullshit. So you have Forbes here just really upset about this. And yet I can't help but acknowledge that some of this is due to the culture war angle. Who gives a fuck why it's happening? It's happening because it's happening, and people are passionate about it. And a 9.2 out of 10 is happening. That is a positive, very positive feedback. Over 2,500 reviews, but all you want to do is say gamers are never happy, gamers can't be satisfied, yada, yada, yada. And this goes against all the narratives that they are trying to create, and this is why mainstream outlets are dying. This is why places like Forbes are not taken seriously. It's why YouTubers have a far bigger following than any of these losers right here, and we're going to continue to call their bullshit out. So, what do you think about Stellar Blade? Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying playing as Eve, a strong female character? Because mainstream media says none of you like playing a strong female character. You're just intimidated by women. What are you guys thinking about Stellar Blade? You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.